Welcome back to this special Sunday edition, the Mother's Day special Beef and Barnzy show. Well, I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to this one. And once again, I'm Barnzy, 19-time PBA titleist and sidekick to.
Nobody cares.
Yeah,
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Well, here we go. You asked for it, you got it. We're bringing in the real pros.
Oh, I need my sign.
Hey, Lynda. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Did you get spoiled this morning?
I got spoiled earlier in the week, and I've had my eye on one of those fancy Dyson Pro Pure fans for years.
Yeah.
And it was finally on sale at Costco, so that was Mother's Day splurge.
You need it set up so you can have your hair blowing in the wind.
Yeah, we talked about that. I should.
We're talking.
I want to make sure, that you could see that for the first time during quarantine, I've been washing my hair, obviously, but I haven't pulled out my blow dryer. First time. Flat iron, actually put some makeup on my face. So it's really exciting. I'm so happy to be here with you today for this. We're gonna have fun.
Yeah, this is fun. It's kind of fun to see what the guys do and kind of walk in their shoes for a minute. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of hearing their voices, so I can imagine the people at home are too. But,
absolutely.
You know.
Two of the people on tour that love to talk the most would actually put a show together and not get tired of hearing each other talk either.
It was kind of a blessing for us, I think. 7 weeks at home with just us would have been crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, do you see my sign? My beautiful sign?
Yep, very nice.
Yeah, puts me to work one day. Got one day. That's it. And here it is. And I got some nice cards. My kids are on the same Chris Barnes plan. We don't do Hallmark holidays. We hand make our cards.
Hey, that's okay.
Yeah, frugal at its best, but I love them.
Nobody else in the world has that same card. That's what's important.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He made it so it would sit on my desk so I could see it every day at work.
Yeah. I used to love Stitch Fix, and I still do. But then every once in a while, you see somebody wearing the same shirt as you, and you're like, what? Wait, it's not nearly as cool.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well, I'm going to do a quick intro because all the people at home need to know something about you.
Okay.
So I'm going to just pretend like I'm stepping in, and I'm Chris Barnes, and he does this, right, when he does introductions. He loves me. So let me tell you a little bit something about Tina. I met Tina when I first moved to Texas and had heard about her for years, about her collegiate bowling. She was amazing, competitive, West Texas A&M grad with a MBA in management, currently working for Make-A-Wish as an accounting manager, right?
Yep, 11 years.
11 years. That's incredible. What a great program that's got to be. I'm excited to hear about that. Tina and I were teammates on Team USA. She's a 2-time Team USA member. We might have had some fun. Maybe. And
at training camp, for sure.
For sure. We don't tell those stories. Those stories, what happens at training camp stays at training camp.
Okay.
Yeah. One of the biggest things we're super excited about for Tina is she's a newly elected board member, to the USBC board. So she'll be representing athletes, and I'm sure she'll speak her mind and help bowling just get better and better. And her biggest and best achievement, I think, so far is her 3-year-old son, Brady. And he was around, right? He was popping in and out while we were preparing all this stuff. He's beautiful. Congratulations and happy Mother's Day. This is Tina, as I know her, Stickney Williams. And please welcome her to the show as the host.
Stu, by the way, is offended that he's not the my number one achievement in life. But
oh, well.
You gotta take the back seat. It's not always about you.
Yeah, it's right. And it's Mother's Day. It gets to be. That's what it's all about. Oh, look at those pictures.
Yes. So there's a couple of pictures for Mother's Day with me. Brady is almost 4. He's 3.5. But these are just some fun pictures. The newest one is the one in the bottom left where he does not like to look in the camera. So I think I posted that this was selfie gold because he was looking straight into the camera.
He's super adorable. Yeah. He's very cute.
Yeah. And then I also want to wish my own mother, Emily,
Aw.
Sydney, a very happy Mother's Day. This was from mine and Stu's, we like to call it our second wedding.
You guys had two, right?
Our English wedding blessing. And this by far is one of my absolute pictures of me and my mom. So happy Mother's Day, Mom. I love you. Mahal is how we would say it in Tagalog.
Oh, nice. Nice.
All right. Now I get the esteemed pleasure of introducing you to Lynda Karns, who I have no way have any credentials to be on a show with you. So thank you very much.
Whatever.
Tired or not.
Whatever.
We're going to ask you about that now that those boys are getting older. There's going to be some more time in there with you. But Lynda is a 4-time collegiate, and just notice that she had to one-up me on everything. I was a 3-time collegiate All-American. She was a 4-time collegiate All-American. Now I know what Stu feels like with Barnes. So,
it wasn't intentional, trust me.
Got each other's back on that.
Yeah.
But Lynda was a 4-time collegiate All-American at San Jose State, so we're both equal shocker haters. Get the No.
Yeah. I never got a letter from Gordon Vatican. I'm just saying.
Yeah. She was a 12-time Team USA member, 3-time national amateur champion, a 2-time USBC Queens champion, and the first female bowler ever to beat a male on national TV, Sean Rash.
Sean Rash. Love Sean Rash.
And her biggest accomplishment, as well as it is for any mother, is she is the mother to twins Ryan and Troy.
Yes. Got 2, because I would have spoiled one rotten. I'm telling you. If we had,
one is, whew.
Yeah. One would have been, not that our boys aren't spoiled, but yeah. Aw. They're going to be 18 in the 16th of this month. So 18, it just flies by. It goes too fast. Strange. Look at how cute they are.
I know. Those are very cute pictures.
They look like their daddy. Isn't it crazy?
That's what they always say about Brady as well. I'm like, when is somebody going to say he looks like mommy?
Yeah. Maybe later. Maybe later. Maybe later. So Tina, tell us a little bit about how you got together.
I just want to give your mom some love too.
Oh, there's my mom. Hi, Midge. Mom was a youth director. She started this whole crazy bowling thing. We love her. She's doing well, hanging in there, and I miss her. And now I'm all choked up. So let's move on. I'm going back to ask you questions.
Well, before we go any further,
yeah,
everybody out there, you have to help us out. We
yes.
really, really big favor from you.
Please help.
We pose a challenge to Beef and Barnzy that if we can get 100 shares of this show while we're on live, that they're going to have to do a chore on camera that will be shown on one of their future Beef and Barnzy shows of them doing a chore that they've never done.
Never.
They absolutely hate to do. So, that's
wrong.
So we're open if you guys can think of anything more, but we both have cats, and we all know that scooping the litter box can be one of the worst things in the world. So that's the boys' challenge for right now. If we can get to 100 shares, and Stu does the gag reflex, and everything. You should have seen him change Brady's diaper when he was, when he was a newborn. So please help us get there. And Lynda, there's something extra in there for them as well.
Oh, yes. We are donating to one random winner a 900 global bowling ball. We're super excited about that, and we're excited you're all here. And please ask questions, join in. We'd love to chat. Thanks, Lucas. You're the best. Litter box. Can you imagine? He's going to hate it. It'll be great, but yeah. Okay. So the shares, share away. Share away. 100
shares. Please help us out. And we're so excited to show you that video and to give somebody a bowling ball.
I love it.
Okay. Stu's counting them already. They're coming in. Keep them.
Yeah. What are we at? What do we got?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we also know we posted in our previews that we have Kimberly Pressler on, and she is being so patiently waiting for us.
Yeah.
But before we kick her on, I know Lynda and I had just a couple of questions for each other that we wanted to ask.
And I was nice and shared, and she didn't. So we'll see how this goes.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I said I was nice and shared, and you didn't. So we'll see how this goes. I'll give you some prep time.
Stu says he's getting pretty stressed out. You should see his face over there as he keeps seeing that share meter go up and up and up.
We'll go quick.
So Lynda,
yes.
Everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to know. And especially me, because I want to know if there's going to be one less check whenever I try to bowl next time. Now that the boys are graduating and going to college, will you consider retiring?
No. we joke all the time about #AllOut, and I say that, I guess there's always a chance that I'll get an itch somewhere, but it's been 2 years this month since I've put my hand in a ball. And I bowled the Coffee Breakers League and won the league, and I was done. I'm like, this is the highlight of my career. I'm out. I'm old. My body is old, and my hand, and I have a wrist, and I have a bad shoulder, and and I'm competitive. And I wasn't good enough anymore. So it just got to a point where I love bowling. I love what this is. I love the people involved. I'm super thankful for everything it's given me, but I'm good. I'm happy. And it was time.
Yeah, I definitely feel you. I still bowl and I'm still competitive, but even when the PWBA tour, like before all of COVID happened, I wasn't really planning on bowling any stops this year just because I wasn't at the point where I had the time to prepare myself to compete against those girls with how amazing they are. It's hard to want to have an expectation for yourself to compete at a certain level and then not achieving it. It's really hard. And then you go into the, I could have spent this time with my kid instead of spending all that time, practicing or bowling. And so, I feel you.
Yeah, it's hard to be good at all of it, and you want to be great at all, especially the mom part. That's important. That's important. Yeah. Well, Tina, I still want to know. England, Texas, how did that happen?
So Stu and I actually met for the first time at when I was on Team USA. I was invited to a tournament in Panama because there was, so many spots they were inviting, all the Team USA girls. So thankfully I was lucky enough to go. I didn't have a passport. I'd never traveled internationally. And I said, well, this is a great time to start. And so I did that. And then Stu and I met, but not to make it awkward, I was actually dating somebody different. So Stu and I were just friends, but that's how we met. And then, after, life progressed, Stu and I just kind of, we reconnected, and the rest is history, so to speak. But he will tell you how I chased after him and he tried to break up with me, which is true. And, but then he realized that, I was absolutely the best thing that ever happened to him. And he was stupid.
I think we all told him that.
Yeah. So,
I distinctly remember a conversation in Vienna with him about, what are you doing? Distinctly remember.
Yeah. So we've been married now for 6 years, and one child later. And I did see that you were going to ask me if we're going to have another one, and no, we're hashtag all out.
One and done, huh? That's okay. Brady's amazing. He's so cute. So who's helped who more with the bowling? Have you helped him, or has he helped you?
Oh, he's definitely helped me.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
I read that you guys won the USBC mixed open. What was it called?
You kind of dragged me kicking and screaming in that one. I was like 850 or something ridiculous. Whenever
how hard is that 240 game though? If you don't shoot 240 there, you don't get there. So don't do that.
Yeah. But at the same time, it drives me equally as crazy when people come up to me like, oh, now I know why you're such a good bowler. And I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah.
I was good before I was married to Stu. So let's get that straight right now.
I have a lot more trophies that say Nori on them than say Karns. I'm just saying.
Exactly. But then as well, I help him because
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I get those texts where he's in the middle of the block and he just can't figure out what's going on. And I'm just like, I don't know what to say, but we have to find something, right? Positive, and, you know, you'll figure it out. You're amazing. You'll bring it back, you know, something like that. So, you know, as well as we hold down the fort at home. So.
Right. There's a lot. Yeah. I desperately reach out to Mark Baker on occasion and go, Mark, what do I say? Help me. Now I know. Now I'm going to reach out to you and go, okay, what are you telling Stu? Because I'm running out of words.
When I don't get texts, I know it's a good day.
Yeah.
And then when I do, I'm just like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah. Or it's the other way where you're getting a play-by-play and he's in the lead, but he's, you know, I'm just doing okay.
Yeah.
I'm just doing okay. So, well, one of the other questions I was going to ask you is about bowling. Are you going to continue to bowl? Are you going to bowl the PWBA this year? Are your plans to kind of dip your toe in it? And
no, not this year.
Not this year.
No. I bowl travel league now, which is one of my absolute favorite things that I've done since I moved back to Texas. I hope my travel league girls are in here listening. I mean, we absolutely love that. We're still kind of waiting to see what's happening with the national playoffs. We haven't quite heard on that yet.
Right.
But, you know, bowling local stuff, there's trios in San Antonio that are so much fun that Joe Vito runs. And, you know, so I'm going to just continue to enjoy doing those types of things. I don't necessarily need to compete at that higher. I mean, next year I would probably love to bowl the Queens again or something like that. But especially with me now taking on the USBC National Board of Directors, I really want to commit myself to doing a good job at that, because it's so important to, you know, once you put your name in the hat for something like that, that you show up. And, you know, I want to be there for.
You'll do a great job. They're super lucky to have you, and it is a lot. People don't realize how much work that is, and I have done it, and I so appreciate you jumping in. But that's 82. We're at 82.
Whoa, 82. Come on.
Who's more competitive, you or Stu? We got a question from
definitely Stu. We can't even practice together, and he's like talking crap to me while we're practicing. I'm like, what? We're just practicing. Like, come on. And of course you should beat me. That's what you do for a job.
Right.
I have my job that allows you to live the lifestyle you become accustomed to. And you have yours.
Yeah, we really need them to spend more time with our guest. We need our boys to have a lot of time with her. I'm getting notes. I'm getting handed
I know, I am too. So they're asking us to shamelessly plug their YouTube channel.
Right. I think that's 2 or 3 more shares. Oh, yep, I got the same one. Look.
Check out the Beef and Barnzy page to subscribe. All right. I think we have left. I mean,
we're good.
One of the most beautiful women in the world. She even has a magazine that says she's the top 100 most beautiful women in the world. And Lynda, you and I had a very brief conversation about how we should introduce her. And I know I said I would do it, but I want you to just regurgitate whatever the right word is. I want to tell Kimberly exactly what you said yesterday when we talked about how honored we were to have her on the show.
Yeah, we're super excited. I have to tell you, Kimberly, I know I wasn't a pageant girl, and you have this image in your mind of what a pageant girl is or what she isn't. And I met you, and I had a preconceived notion in my mind of what you were going to be like. And you were amazing. From the minute the very first minute, you looked me in the eyes, you talked to me, you're stunning and beautiful, and I couldn't help but kind of go, as a woman, I mean, I don't have to be creepy or anything. And you were so, so kind to everybody. And the first thing I thought was, thank God the PBA got it right. So we're so thankful for you.
Oh, thank you. That was seriously the most genuine and sweetest introduction ever.
Yay!
I am like curling inside because it makes me so nervous. But oh my goodness, that was so sweet, and I genuinely appreciate it. And I've been listening to you guys talk this morning, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, you two are such an inspiration. I love listening to how it is that you still, you guys have jobs, you run a household, and you are still amazing badass bowlers, which I love. And I love that you guys do it all. And it seems like you're doing it with me. So clap you guys and thank you. And I, we jumped on so we can make sure audio and video was all good. But I wanted to tell you this now that we're live, is that I am so excited to be on with you ladies today. This is the first time that I've ever done a show that it was all women. Yay. And I think this is going to be one of those moments that I remember forever. Yay! Yay! So happy Mother's Day to you ladies.
Happy Mother's Day.
I wish I would have put something together because I love the signs that you guys have right there. I should have put a sign right over here. It looks all matched, but ain't no hood like motherhood. Hilarious.
I like that
one. Really good.
I might have borrowed it from something on the internet, but I've always been a huge Woody Page fan. Like he was on Cold Pizza and Around the Horn, and so when Stu started doing this show, it was like I was like, I have to do a board, and that's what I love seeing these people's comments. Sometimes they're like, oh, Stu, about your, be careful, Tina's taking over your board today, and I'm like, what they know is I'm the mastermind behind the board. I always do the board.
Oh, we knew that.
Give credit where credit is due. That's awesome. So amazing.
Yeah, we knew that. We tried. We were like, let's call Tina and see if she's got any ideas.
And Lynda, yours is one day a year is mine, and I'm still doing his job. Oh, that's hilarious.
Here I am. I did get breakfast in bed this morning. Well, kind of in bed. I got up and joined him at the table, but
that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's not all work.
How about you, Kim? How have you been spoiled today?
Yeah.
How have I been spoiled today? Well, I got up and went grocery shopping, and I told my mom that I would make. Today I said this is all because my mother lives with me. Oh. So I said today's going to be all about you. What is it that you want for lunch or dinner? You can pick out anything you want. And we have these things called Salen's hot dog back in Western New York, and I normally have a freezer full, but I haven't been able to go back to New York this year yet, and we were out of them. So she's like, okay, I just want hamburgers and baked beans and pasta salad. I go, Mom, you can have anything. And I love to cook. I was like, lobster, steak.
Wow. Hey. I'm coming to your house.
You guys are welcome to come over. I love to cook. It's I think it's how I show love. But she's like, nah, just hamburgers and your pasta salad and baked beans. And I said, okay, that's what I'm going to make you. So that's what I'm going to make this afternoon for lunch for her. So
that's awesome.
But yeah, I intend to spoil myself rotten after I do all the work that I have to do today. And I have some business stuff that I have to attend to. And then I'm going to sit and I'm going to read my book for the whole rest of the day. So.
I'm going to sit on the lounge chair and ring my bell.
I love it. Whoa. Come running. Did it work? It worked.
Here it is. Nice. That's actually a really good segue into one of the first questions we wanted to ask you. So tell everybody, what's the average day in your life like? How do you juggle running a company, being a sideline reporter, and most importantly, being a mom? I mean, what's your best advice out there to all the moms out there struggling and just trying to do their best every day?
Wow, that's a tough question. I think that I put a lot of pressure on myself to do as much as I possibly can because I feel like there's different personalities that I have. I hit like the mom who is beyond loving, and you said it correct. My number one priority is being a mom. My daughter is the best accomplishment and the thing that I treasure most in the entire world.
Look. Oh, see?
Like I want her to know that. I want her to know every single day that she is the light of my life. And I think I really work so that she knows that. On top of that, I also want to be someone that she can look up to. I want her to look at me and say, my mom was a strong woman. Not only did she is the team mom for her cheer team and the Girl Scout troop leader, but I'm also a mom that flies for work every single week and then comes home and takes care of the household and is part of taking her everywhere she has to be, taking her to school, picking her up from school, on top of being a fiance and taking care of my mom and running a household. It gets a little hectic. I'm not going to lie. Some days, what did I get myself into? But the thing is I need the different aspects in my life. I need to not only be a mom, but I need to go away and have my job at Fox and PBA. I need that part of myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I can come back and still run a construction company and run my household and be a good mom and partner. I need to be able to do all of those different things. And I find that when I don't do one or the other, that I start to suffer all the way around. And I think it's just because, and I'm sure that you guys know exactly what it was like when you first had a baby. All you did was be a mom. Every single minute of your day was geared towards what do they need and thinking ahead. What are they going to need in 15 minutes, or what are they going to need in an hour? And how am I going to get dinner on the table when she's crying or she needs to be fed or whatever it may be. And I learned early on that I needed to kind of organize and put myself, put things on different plates, per se, is what I call it, so that I can still function and still not just be a mom, but be Kimberly and have the career that I worked my butt off to achieve before I was a mom. With all of that said, she is everything to me. And everything I do to be a better person so that she is proud of me. And I think that might have been the most truthful statement I've ever made in my entire life. She and doesn't even know it. She encourages me to be the best person that I can possibly be at home and when I'm away.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
That's
it is. And
I'm
I'm sure
really
that
happy to show this to her, and
oh,
it's a sappy show today.
but you know what? Here's the thing, and I know that you as mothers understand that, and I see it in you ladies. I see that you guys have the will to not just be a mom and be an amazing mom, but also to have a career and do things that you love for yourself so that you can be a better mom and a better partner. I kind of see myself in you guys as well, especially listening to the stories ahead of time. It was amazing. So kudos to you guys for doing that as well, because it's tough. It is really tough to juggle all of those things. How do you manage it?
It's all about balance, right? So, I think we have good partners around us and family that really allow us to do what we do.
Yeah. And Tina, you guys just moved back to Texas. Well, not just moved back. I remember talking to Stu, maybe it was like a season and a half ago, and I said, "You guys are moving to Texas?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I got lucky. I have I have to be out this weekend on the PBA tour." And Tina's like handling the house, moving herself. And I was like, "Oh goodness."
Yeah, that's not a very fond moment in my memory of me having the movers here when he wasn't here. But we got through it. And yeah, Lynda and I can definitely sympathize with each other. And I'm not sure how much Dane is home or not home, but it's really hard, with them being on the road. And even before COVID hit, I think they were gone for, it was like 8 weeks straight.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's really hard. My mom lives with me as well, Kimberly. So, that it's really helpful. And, she's been there to help me, but still, not having that companionship and, just really feeling like so much is on your shoulders.
Yeah. And I totally understand that. When Dean and I moved into this house, our daughter was 18 months old and he was away. It was in the middle of X Games. So he was building all of the dirt courses, which takes weeks for them to do. And then when the events are going on, he has to be there. He was pulling like 18, 20-hour days. So we moved into this house and we were doing construction on the house as well. So I was in charge of that with an 18-month-old. And it was crazy. So I totally feel you. But in hindsight, I actually very much enjoyed that because it was like, we should switch the color of this and we should do this. I was like, nope, all of this stuff is getting done the way that I have envisioned it and that I don't have anyone questioning me. So I look at the silver lining in that aspect, that things got done a little bit quicker because I didn't have anybody else chiming in on what they thought things were going to be. So
Oh, absolutely. And I get to eat what I want, watch whatever TV I want. Like those are the things that keep you going and keep you sane when they're gone. It's like you said, it's the silver lining. Stu's from England. His food isn't very exciting for me. So my mom and I go to town on seafood and sushi and stuff like that when he's gone. So those things help us get through.
We try and make it so that when I'm on the road, so Dean doesn't travel as much now because we don't, the company doesn't do, the majority of the work we have now is grading for state and federal jobs instead of doing freestyle motocross courses, which took both of us international for quite a few years. But now, since it's, based mostly in California, he still does have to leave, but we made it a point that whenever I'm gone, he's here, and vice versa, so that Peyton always has a parent, which was really, really important to both of us, that she felt like, even though both of us are trying to maneuver having a job, that she felt like she was still our top priority, which she is. And I think she knows that.
I remember one time both of us being gone, and Chris's mom was nice enough to come in and stay with the boys. And Ryan, he was probably 7 or 8, and he looked at me and said, "Mommy, I don't want you to bowl anymore." And it tore my heart. It's like, all right, it's time. We need to stay home for a while. But it really, from their view, puts it in perspective about having a parent there. It's different.
Well, I don't get that.
Yeah.
All the time. I really am. I'm the team mom for her cheer team, so I'm in charge of, I think there were 23 tweens on there. So competitions, I'm in charge of all of them, on top of being her Girl Scout troop leader, on top of being mom, taking her here, there, and being her chauffeur. Daddy is the yes man. So when Peyton something, she just has to say, "Daddy," and he's like, "Yes, honey, how can I help you?" Which is kind of hilarious because he's this like tall man with a big beard and tattoos, and she's like, "Daddy," and he's like, "Yes, honey." You want soda for breakfast? Okay. And I'm going, no, tell her no. I know you know the word. It's kind of hilarious. But so when I leave town, she's like, "Yes, I get to do it."
Oh my gosh, I love following The Rock on Instagram, and that's the ones that are so cute with him, the biggest muscly guy you can imagine. Yeah. And then he's singing Moana to his daughter, and it's just like, okay, I'm melted now.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I think it would have been much different because you guys both have boys.
Right.
I think it would have been much different for us if we would have had a boy. Yeah. Because especially at the time, he used to be a motocross rider, which is how he got into building all of the courses. And he still rides, but the likes of Robbie Madison, Travis Pastrana, all of those freestyle motocross guys, I was terrified that if we had a boy, he'd be like, "Oh, at 2 years old, oh, you want to do a backflip on a dirt bike? Sure, go ahead." We'll all encourage it. So when we found out, oh my gosh, I had the best story. I'm going to share it with you. Dean's going to tell me. So when we found out we were having a girl, probably, I don't know, a few weeks earlier, Dean and I had talked about it because we hadn't found out if we were having a boy or girl yet. And this young girl, she was probably 13, walks into the restaurant we were at, and she had these little tiny shorts on, and she had a crop top. And I thought, oh my goodness, why is she wearing that? And where are her parents? And I'm looking around for them. And Dane was like, "What's the problem?" He's like, "If we have a girl, she should be able to wear what she wants." And head whipped around like as fast as it could be. And I was like,
no, she isn't.
If my girl wants to dress in goth and wear black makeup and wear sparkles all over the place and have bright purple hair, I'm totally okay with that. But I am not buying her booty shorts. At some point, she's going to buy those for herself. But especially like a 12 or 13-year-old.
Yeah.
For a few weeks, and we find out we're having a girl. The irony is we're sitting in the same restaurant, and he's sitting across from me. First of all, he's shocked because he must have asked the doctor like 3 times, "Are you sure it's a girl?" And I could just like giggle to myself, thinking, "This is karma." He's sitting at this restaurant, and he's sitting across from me, and I was like, "So, Dane, what is your take again on booty shorts and tops? And he was like seething. He's like, our daughter will never wear them. And I was like, that's
Totally.
parenting. Oh, hilarious. One of the best stories. And I still remind him of this to this day. It's one of my favorite stories.
Classic. That's classic. I love that.
Yep.
I do think it would be a lot different with girls. I'm thankful. I wouldn't be able to braid hair. Maybe I would learn.
Yeah,
But-
you would learn. I think they always say that they say it's different between a mother, like a mother and son, and father and daughter. Like they all have that special kind of connection. I truly feel like I have a wonderful relationship with my daughter. I wouldn't change any of it, even on the days when she's like, I still love her. But again, she's a mini me, so I know she gets from me. Some days we're like this, but for the most part, we have such a wonderful relationship. But I've always heard that the relationship between a mother and a son is a wonderful, wonderful bond. Do you guys feel that? Do you feel like you guys have more of a bond with your sons as opposed to a father-son?
Well, I mean, I think we do also more built in because we're here, the guys are gone so much. So I think that, and I actually Stu posted me for Mother's Day today, did a nice post on Facebook. And I was like, yeah, I'm kind of sort of happy that, you've been around for quarantine. But on a serious note, I mean, I've really seen Stu's relationship with Brady just grow so much since we've been in quarantine. And that makes my heart happy because, there's times when Stu would come home and it almost was like Brady didn't know who he was. I mean, it was really, really sad where he just was like, oh, you're here. I'm just going to go, I just want to go be with my mommy because, we do have that special bond. So yeah, that's been really hard for Stu when those things happen. But quarantine actually, again, silver lining, that really helped bond that relationship. And it's been good for my heart to see that.
Oh, it was so even when Dane was traveling a ton and I was home, even when I traveled for shows, 2 months after having her, I went back to work and I was traveling for a show on ABC Sports, and they were live every single weekend for truck racing. And I had her with me, and then I was traveling for Red Bull X Fighters. So we were together all the time. And then when she got a little bit older, she still, Dane would be gone for 3 weeks at a time, and she'd come in, and it was the best thing ever. And then she didn't want anything to do with me. And I was like, wait, I'm the one who does everything. Why are you responding to him like that? So there was part of me that was like a little sad. I was like, how come she doesn't do that for me? But it's because she saw me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it comes into play when I travel and I come home. I think this year was the first time I told her I was going to be gone for a week. And she looked at me like a whole week? Yeah. And I was like, is that okay? Are you okay with that? And she was like, well, and I was like, please don't say no.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, but at the same time, I was like, yes, she misses me. So it's being away has its perks, just not being away too long. I don't think I can handle it. I think she can handle it just fine.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta get back to my kid. I miss her so much.
As the mom who's getting ready to send her two off to college,
That's right.
I'm preparing myself. I've been trying for the last couple of years to get ready to, be free. Oh no, not even close. It'll be great. I'm super excited for them. Ryan doesn't know where he's going to go yet, but Troy's going to go to SFA. Ryan, somebody had asked about bowling. Ryan may bowl. He's trying to decide if he wants to do that or not.
Yeah.
They've always bowled, but not competitively, not seriously. So we're going to see how it goes, but it'll be the best, happiest, saddest, emotional day, I think, dropping them off at college.
I see like a dog in your future very, very soon.
Oh.
So that
Another one.
I need to cuddle. Oh my goodness, that makes me sad because it goes by so quickly.
It does.
And I think to myself, how did she go this many years so quickly go by? It was like an instant, and she was 11. And Dane laughs at me. No more
I was waiting. I couldn't believe you didn't yell.
Dane laughs at me because I'm thinking I have to take it all in every single second when wherever she is or whatever she's doing, and I take pictures and videos. And I'm like, she's going to be 18 in a blink of an eye, and she's not going to want to hang out with us anymore. So I will soak it all in that she wants to spend time. But empty nester, oh my goodness,
Scary. It's scary. Chris said he's going to.
She needs to start bowling again.
He said he's going to take me out on tour. I can be his ball caddy.
do it. You should. You should. Yeah, and then we can go to dinner.
I like that. That Sina, that has more appeal to me. Have you talked to Chris while he bowls? It's not always fun.
We can go out to dinner. They can bowl, and we can go out to dinner. See?
Okay, that's a deal. A plan. We're there. We're there.
So Cam, I want to pivot a bit because there's something that I definitely want to know.
Yeah.
What was the question and answer from your Miss USA win?
Okay, so the year that I did it, they had switched it up so that there were 3 on-stage interviews. So the first one was a mock, like press media. So you would stand in a certain place and then they would just throw questions at you. They asked me about something about working at the nuclear power plant that I worked at the time.
What did you do there? I have to interrupt. What did you do at the nuclear power plant?
So I worked in the waste management department. So in the nuclear power plant industry, that just means that I was in the office where they regulated where all the radioactive waste went to. And on this specific site, they did a process called vitrification, which is where you take radioactive waste and you turn it into whatever substance that it is. Like if it was a liquid substance, they would put it in glass. They would make it so it was in glass form so that they could put them in these steel tubes, and then they would put them underground in what looked like a pool, so that that the radioactive waste couldn't leak into something or go into the air or go into the ground. They tried to conform it as much as they possibly can, and it was one of only 3, I think, at the time, nuclear power plants that did it in the United States. So I worked in the office there, so I just kept track of where all the waste was coming in and being sent to, or if we had stuff coming in that had to be processed. Okay. And then I switched from there and I went into what I really wanted to do. Before I actually won Miss New York, I applied to be one of the people who would actually dress up and go into the room to do the process. And so I would have to do full gear. I was off doing in the area where we did all the laundry. So when their masks, when they came out from this area, I was in charge of taking their masks and cleaning them. So, you got to start small. And my OCD was kicking in. And I was like, I got this.
That's my job.
Yeah. And then I won Miss New York, and 6 weeks later, I went to Miss USA and I never returned. So.
Okay. And I know Tina's dying to know. We got other questions.
Okay.
The question that you were asked when you
I sidetracked you.
Well, that's okay. The second interview, which was for top 5, and oh goodness. So they asked me, at the time I had been dating someone that I had been with for quite a few years, and the gown that I was wearing wasn't a pageant gown. It was actually a wedding dress. And the guy who designed the gown, he just dolled it up with all these really beautiful gems. But obviously the teacher knew that it was a wedding dress. So they had asked me, and they're like, this is a wedding dress. And as Miss USA, I would leave my hometown, and literally the very next day, I would be moving into the Miss Universe office, the apartment that they had for us. So that would no longer be my life. And so they said, well, in order to win Miss USA, would you give up, having this boyfriend and having this life? And I said, absolutely. Because I really believe, and you could hear the whole crowd. I was like, listen, if him and I are meant to be together, he'll last the year. Go out and I have to do what I have to do for myself. I didn't go into this going, hey, I just want to be first runner up. No, I wanted to play, and I wanted to, do everything that I possibly can, to, build relationships and have a really great year and make something come of it. And if him and I were meant to be, then him and I were meant to be.
Good for you.
audience at the time. Poor guy. I felt terrible. That first week of media, every single outlet asked me about that. Oh gosh, I'm going through the ringer here, and I just started this new life. And then the last interview in Top 3, they asked me about Chelsea Clinton because she was becoming of age, and it was President Clinton, obviously, at the time. And they said, does the media have the right to, bring her more into the spotlight now that she is of age? Yeah, I mean, I wish that I answered that a little bit differently, because I think that, especially now having a daughter, I want to shield her as much as I can, especially since we didn't even have that back then. Right. I can't imagine what it would have been like if we did. So now I look back on it in hindsight, and I was like, protect her, protect her, protect her. Stay away from her. That would have been my answer if I would have known. 20 years later, I'd have a little girl.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that was it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We did some research and followed with Mike and Matt on Inside Bowling when you were there.
Oh.
It was a great interview. And it was fascinating to hear you talk about President Trump and how you had dinner with him.
Oh, yeah.
And if you had a moment to go back and ask him another question, is there something different you would ask him now?
No.
Same.
No, I wouldn't. The thing is I think because I worked for him for an entire year, and I went to press events with him. I walked the red carpet with him and Melania. I was even at his father's funeral.
Wow.
I saw a side of him that the media doesn't get to see. He was nothing but professional and kind. And the one thing I remember taking away from the first dinner I had with him, because I went in, like you were talking, I had this perceived notion of who he was. I thought in my head that he was this certain type of person. And I left that dinner going, oh my goodness, I was wrong. He was genuinely kind to every single person that came up to him. And he was funny and he was professional. But the one thing is, he likes to talk business all the time. It's always business all the time, constantly.
Wow.
So I never felt uncomfortable around him. So there's nothing that I would ask him differently. I think that he has a plan for how he wants things done, and it's a business plan, and that's that.
Yeah.
Just as simple as that. And, things are different now than they were back then. Again, fast forward, but
right.
I wouldn't ask him anything differently. I had a really great experience as an employee in his company, and one that worked with him quite often. So, yeah, I don't have any.
No, I don't think you need to. I think it's just it's so interesting the life that you've lived and who you've been exposed to and been around, and to get a personal take, because people don't realize that who they are in media or perception may not be who they are on a one-on-one basis.
Right, exactly. And I feel like like absolutely everybody can relate to that if they just step back and thought about it for a second.
Right.
Do you ever get on a professional phone call and sudden you're, hello, this is Kimberly, how may I help you? Type deal.
Yeah.
Or when I come on TV, Peyton's like, Mom, why do you talk like that? I was like, I don't know. So there's a professional Kimberly, and then there's a behind the scenes Kimberly. Right. And I think that that's how everybody is.
Yeah.
I just think with him, it might be just a much grander scale.
Right.
So
I'm so glad you said that about the voice. My boys do it all the time. Mom, you get into that high pitch. Hi, so great to see you. They all
definitely do it, and I don't do it on purpose, but I just can't help it.
It's not just me, guys.
Yeah.
I think that's everyone for the most part.
Yeah. Well, Tina, we got more questions. Do you want to shoot them at her, or you want to go through and ask a couple more?
Yeah, I'll ask one more, and then we're going to go into the famous Barnzy 10 frames. Are you familiar with the 10 frames?
I am not. So I'm and tell you guys that during quarantine, I have genuinely loved the fact that I have really not been doing social media. It has been amazing. I'm with it. I don't even know. I know that this is not a popular opinion, but I have loved being on quarantine.
Aw.
I don't even know when the last time it was that I didn't have a schedule where I was traveling and then coming home and running the house and taking Peyton everywhere she needs to be, which was a full schedule in and of itself,
Mhm.
and running a construction company, and taking care of my mom.
Yeah.
So, and now I'm here, and I feel like this is fantastic. I slept until 9:30 one day. I don't even know when the last time that was. This is amazing. And Dave's like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "No, I'm going to sit over here and I'm going to read my book."
I'm just enjoying it. Leave me alone.
He's like, "Is that what you're going to do today?" I was like, "It sure is." So absolutely. I did that. I'm making dinner, and I have my book set up, and I'm cooking dinner, and he's like, "Okay." I was like, "This is a really great book." It's been okay.
I can feel the joy.
What was the question?
Let's just go into the 10 frames. Let's just do it.
You want to just go into 10 frames?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask one that's not included that I have to ask. It's on my list of things that, we all know Belmonte is amazing, incredible, and you have to interview him every week. How do you possibly come up with a new question every week?
This is no joke.
Like, serious.
I'm stressed about it because he is my toughest interview because of the fact that I've interviewed him so many times, and I can't ask him the same thing over and over and over. Other than interviewing someone and they give you a one-word answer back, no matter how you ask them a question, I think interviewing someone that you interview all the time is the toughest thing because people want to know different things or come at it a different angle, but there's so many things that I can ask someone when it's the same person all of the time. Right. So I go to Randy and I go to Rob and I'm like, or David Bruner, the executive producer of the show. We all sit there and we're like, what can we ask Jason? And on top of it, you never know what kind of, if Jason's going to be like his Oz kind of personality comes out where he just wants to screw around and kind of make you nervous when you're asking him a question. And I remember there was this one time and I asked him something about what he has to do to win. And he goes, "Well, Kimberly, obviously I have to be the one who knocks down the most pins." I was like, so now I have to keep that in mind every time I ask him a question. So he can't give me one of those Oz answers where I'm just like, "Oh,
we did it again."
It's tough. We all have to think about what we can ask them or what a different way it is that we approach whatever it is we're asking. The good thing about Fox this season and with Bolero coming in is that they kind of changed the role of what it is that I'm doing. They want more, not only behind the scenes, but they also want more about the players, which I love because I think the audience really wants to get to know each and every one of the bowlers, and not just them as a professional, but them as the person that they are, about the husband that they are, about what they do on their free time, which is why I really love the Go Bowling series that they do on each show. Chris has been, the pressing questions. He used to love them. I do enjoy them because it really gives everybody a different view of the players and who their personalities are, because then they have someone to like and they have someone to root for.
Yeah, or dislike. Tina and I have come up with a solution to your issue with Belmonte.
Oh my God, let's hear it. Please, let's hear it.
We think you should spend more time with Stu and Chris interviewing them on how great they're bowling.
Listen, I'm all about that. You tell them to make some shows.
Okay, exactly. Give you the opportunity.
We're working on it.
See, if you guys come on tour, you guys could be there talking to them, get them in the right frame of mind, and I have no doubt that they'll be like, every show.
Kids are going to college. He's got to make some shows. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying. It's not very expensive.
Yeah, we've gone from braces to cars to college. So we're good.
How do you do that with two? You have to do two of everything. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Make some shows.
The fact that people are liking your pressing questions.
Yeah.
Oh, good. That makes me really happy. I really love doing them. I think it's a lot of fun. I laugh way too hard. Like when they get going, I'm like, stop laughing, don't laugh. Because I'm asking questions and they want me to, comment on them and, that kind of, go Bills.
Go Bills. Yeah, I love the press. I love the questions.
Like it. That makes me really happy. I hope they continue it. I've heard nothing but good things back about it, both Bolero and Go Bowling. So yeah, hopefully they like it enough and they keep going with it.
I also like the adventures you're taking with Kyle and Belmo and dancing with DJ. My favorites.
So goodness, I'm still kind of flushed that I decided that I was gonna just move forward and do that. But I had just, I travel. When I used to travel internationally, I used to not go and see all these amazing things. And I thought to myself, why am I doing that? I'm really missing out. And I thought the same thing when I was on tour, that I go to these really beautiful places in these towns that I've never been and I never experienced it. And I was like, this season, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go and do something different. And that's how, the Kimberly on the Road was thought up of. And then when I was so nervous to talk to the bowlers and say, listen, I have this idea, I want to do this. And everybody has been super receptive to it. They're like, absolutely. But most of the time it's really a week before going, okay, I have to see who made a show so that I can know whether or not that they'll have the time to do it or if they're going to be around. But DJ, I knew that I wanted to do the dancing thing with DJ, and he was so receptive to it, and he was so kind about it. So, and then we went and did it, and oh gosh, we laughed and laughed and laughed. I'm glad that you guys like that because I was terrified. I was like, this is going to be so embarrassing.
No, it's great.
So good.
He's got some serious moves. Gave me a whole new insight.
He does. I told him that he can go dancing with me anytime he wants now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. You guys should do it with me. When you guys come here, you guys should come out and do one of the Kimberly on the Road with me. We'll think of something fun.
Okay.
Not ask me twice. I'm there.
I'm not jumping off anything. I sweat.
We can go. One of the other things I wanted to do is I wanted to learn to make like pasta, like handmade pasta.
Ooh.
Like a restaurant, and someone really show me how to do it. Or you know what else I want to do? I don't know about you ladies, but I love me some coffee. May or may not be slightly addicted to it, but I want to learn an actual be a barista. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
What do to do when they do the pouring and they make that little heart?
Oh yeah.
Things like that. I just want to be like, I did that.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a good kitchen person, but I would try. For you, I would try.
Oh, yay! That makes me happy. So you guys come up with some ideas that you want to do. Anything.
Okay.
Anything you can do, and we will make it happen.
Tina and I will brainstorm.
Love it.
I'm down to karaoke Paula Abdul with you.
Okay.
I'm a great cheerleader at karaoke.
That I would never do. I've only done it one other time, and that terrifies me. But if I have a few drinks in me, maybe we can make that happen.
We definitely can make it happen.
Oh my goodness. I love that.
Okay, we're gonna jump into these 10 frames. I don't want to take up all of Kimberly's time on Mother's Day. I know you got some cooking to do.
I do. I have some cooking to do.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do
rapid fire questions.
Oh my God.
1 to 2 word answers. You don't have to. I mean, you could elaborate obviously if you want to, but it's not really what they're meant for.
Okay.
The first thing that comes to mind.
I'm so nervous. I'm ready.
This is 10 frames with Barnzy with Kimberly Pressler. Number 1, what's a pet peeve you have?
People who don't use their blinker.
Ooh, good one. Okay. Number 2, one thing you have tried that you will never do again.
Ooh.
Because you've tried some fun stuff.
That's tough. I don't know if I have an answer to that, to be completely honest, because I like to not just try something once, but I want to give it a second try just to make sure I had my mind made up. I actually don't have an answer to that one.
That's great.
I'm sorry.
That's a great answer. Okay, frame number 4. What do you do to make Peyton laugh?
Oh my goodness. Anything to make her laugh. One thing that we do is there's this Mariah Carey song, All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Mhm.
No matter where we are, we could be in Target, and if it comes on, we are required to dance to it.
Yes.
I love it.
We are, and we sing it. In July, and we have it on in the truck, and we are like blaring it through the rings. But yeah, I'll do anything to make her laugh. Her laugh is like the best thing that I've ever heard in my entire life. It fills my heart with joy.
Oh.
I will do anything.
Okay, I got goosebumps. Okay. Fifth frame. How many times have you shaved your legs during quarantine?
Okay, so here's a little tidbit. I've taken a bubble bath every single day of quarantine.
What?
Good for you.
Bubble bath every single day. So
Okay.
pretty much every single day.
Love it.
Wow. I can count on less than one hand how many times for me, for sure.
Well, I guess I'm in the bubble. I'm in the bath, so I'm like, oh, God, just do it. But here's the other thing. It's been 95 here.
Oh.
It's crazy. It's super sunny. It's 95 degrees, and I can't even believe it. And it was like this at the beginning of April.
Yeah.
So I think it's just
I'm
natural.
wearing shorts.
Yeah.
Well, no. I only put on shorts if I have to leave the house. Other than that, I mean, like my
Yoga pants. My stretch, anything stretchy. Okay. We'll continue with the questions here. Frame 6, celebrity crush.
Ooh. So how much time do you have? So, of course, there's David Beckham. And there's Charlie Hunnam. Oh, dear Lord, Charlie Hunnam. So both of those people, I say they are my husband. Okay, I'm in so much trouble here. Maybe 6 months ago, my kid says to me, Mom, now I get why you call David Beckham your husband.
Oh, no.
You just say that? Oh gosh. I no, you do not look at boys, is what I was thinking in my head. And I looked at me with this grin, and I thought, oh God, he's so hard, kid. I'm in so much trouble.
Well, he does have yummy tattoos.
Yummy.
Yes. Oh,
Yep.
both of them. And then Charlie Hunnam, do you guys know him? He played Jax on Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, I gotta look. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I've
look.
seen that one.
I'm gonna send you guys a
Feel
picture.
free.
You guys are gonna be right on board with my Charlie Hunnam crush.
I like it. Okay. 7th frame. What's easier, hosting, judging, or competing in a pageant? Because I know you've done all 3.
I have done all 3, and hosting
Hosting.
by far is the easiest.
Really?
Is the toughest. It really is, because you know at the end of the day that you are changing someone's life forever. And that one is tough. That's a lot of weight that you have on your shoulders. So I take it very seriously when I go in to judge because of that. It changes you. It changes the girl who wins, and it changes the girl who loses.
Yeah.
So, yeah, easily. But although I got to be honest, I don't want to compete anytime soon. I don't want to put on a bathing suit and walk on stage anytime soon.
Oh, I don't know. We've seen some of the pictures pop up. You look amazing.
Well,
Always. Okay, 8th frame. Cheesiest pickup line.
okay, this happened the last time we were out on tour. I walked up to get a water from the guy at the bar, from the bartender, and this guy standing next to me said, as sultry as he could muster up, he said, "I like your lipstick." And I just was like, okay, thank you. And he said, "So are you in the calendar?" And I said, "What calendar is that?" And he said, "The PBA Wives calendar." He's like, "You could be on the front cover." And I was like, and this all happened. I'm not kidding. This all happened within no seconds of me standing next to him. And then he picked up his drink and he walked away. And then the guy to the left of me goes, "Weirdest pickup line ever." And I was like, "Oh, what?" So Me and the dude over here like had a moment. I was like, oh gosh. But
part of that is he was trying to pick you up, thinking that you were married to one of the players that are there.
I think he waited for me to reply like, oh, I'm not married.
Yeah.
On my hand. Wow.
Wow. I'm so surprised.
I gotta give him credit for trying. It was a little creepy though.
I'm not surprised it was in a bowling center that happened. I'm just going to say. We love our bowlers, but we're a strange little group. Yeah.
I was secretly hoping the pickup line was going to be from one of the players.
I don't really get hit on from the players. I think that I've been around for so long that they're like, oh, really? No.
Yeah, I'm not sure I even know what to say there. I don't know. Yeah, we'll move on. Okay, in the 9th frame, what accomplishment are you most proud of?
Oh, easily. That's my daughter.
That was an easy call.
I say that with absolute confidence.
That's awesome. Okay, and in the 10th final frame, what have you learned about yourself during this quarantine, besides you like bubble baths?
I learned that I needed some downtime for me more than I ever thought I did. I genuinely love my schedule, but my schedule is chaotic. And in my head, I think being someone that my kid is proud of, that I have to be able to juggle and do all of these different things and do them well. And I really do need that. But I also didn't know that I needed a staycation. Yeah. And I genuinely loved it. And on top of it, you guys talked about it, and Tina, you mentioned it about having Stu home and how much it's amazing. It's amazing to see how Stu and Brady are together, and it's something that you had missed. I love seeing the interaction between Dane and our daughter. I love seeing it all the time, but I also just genuinely love helping her with her schoolwork and watching her do her schoolwork, or watching her, do tumbling passes in the house, or being outside and helping with the backyard. I love those moments. And even though I saw them when I'm traveling, because I don't have anything else taking me away from it, or my mind being in 1,000 different places, I can just really be in the moment. I also love the fact that I'm here and I get to see my mom with my daughter. And that is something that I never thought that I needed to see, and their interaction, and the love that they have for each other. It's so funny when my kid would come home from school, my mom has her own entryway on the house. She'd come home and she's like, going to see grandma. And she'd go in my mom's room and she'd shut the door. And hours later, I'd be like, what are you guys doing? And she's sitting, my mom's got a medical bed, one of those puffy ones that kind of comes up. And they're sitting in there, and it's the cutest thing. And my mom's got this big oxygen like wrapped around her, and Peyton's like helping her and being a good nurse. And I'm thinking, oh, this is amazing.
Memories.
Coming back around, it's that I didn't know that I needed a staycation, and I didn't know how much I genuinely needed to just sit back and enjoy the time that I have with my family, and how lucky I am that they're all here. Yeah. And that's been wonderful. And again, it's been a silver lining. And I know it's probably not a popular opinion, but I have genuinely loved being on quarantine.
That's good.
I've heard that. Oh, I've seen that a lot, actually. People saying just to step back and just, let everything slow down and really appreciate what you have. And, we haven't taken Brady out very much, but when we do, we pretty much just take him in the car for a drive. And just to watch him watch the world pass by, it's almost like that same feeling, you're just like, he's just taking it all in and just letting it happen around him and just enjoying just being there and feeling the wind and all of that stuff. So exactly. And that's the stuff that I miss, because I am really busy. Don't get me wrong, I'm looking forward to traveling again and being back on tour, and seeing everybody and going to restaurants for dinner. I love to cook. Goodness, but I would love to have a really amazing Italian dinner that I'm not cooking. Those kind of things. I mean, first world problems, but I am looking forward to that, or going out and having a glass of wine with my girlfriend. So
That'll be nice.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
Super trio here. Oh, I love that.
All right. Well, I mean, we're at the hour and 10 mark, so we knew this was just going to fly right by. We're having so much fun with you, but I can actually hear Stu. He is, I'm supposed to plug that he is on Kyle's show right now, The Sunday Storm. So once we wrap up here, you guys should go over there and check that out. But yeah, Lynda's, we tried to make it fun and be like, okay, I'm going to do what Stu usually always does, and Lynda's always going to do what Chris always does. So Lynda's going to kick it over to thank our sponsors now.
Yeah, I just want a quick shout out to Storm, Rotogrip, 900 Global, Vice, Turbo, Logo Infusion, Cool Wick, otherwise known for me as Cool Whip, Dexter, 3G, and Master, and all the other bowling supply companies out there. Thank you for all your support. Chris and Stu would be able to do. I'm all choked up about all this stuff. You guys got me a mess today. Thank you for all that the sponsors do and the bowlers do. It's amazing. I'm thankful to be here today with you two. And happy Mother's Day to everybody.
Yes, Kim, thank you so much for being. I loved my idea. When you popped into my head, I was like, yes, that is the perfect person for us to have on. So thank you so much for taking time out of Mother's Day to hang out with us.
I am genuinely thankful that you guys asked me to be on the show. I loved it so very much. It was great being able to talk with you guys and really just get to know a little bit more about you. And just, you know, you guys really do inspire me and so many other women out there. So you should take pride in that. And I greatly appreciate you guys having me on the show. This has been quite lovely. And a Mother's Day I will not forget. I'm gonna let you guys go to enjoy your Mother's Day. Again, thank you guys so much. And I'm going to hold you to it. You guys need to come on tour, and we're going to do a Kimberly on the road. So think of something, and then yeah, we'll make it happen. Okay.
Absolutely, I can't wait.
Thank you so much, Kimberly.
Somebody's asking for how many shares we got. We got to 100.
We got 100.
Shared it too. And I'm going to make sure I tune in the day that they have to do one of the chores.
Oh,
yes.
boy.
So thank you all so very much. Keep sharing it. You know, we could watch it afterwards. We're going to force the guys to put it on the YouTube page, even though, you know, they probably won't want to, but, you know, we have that kind of power over them. So thanks again. Happy Mother's Day. Oh, and on Monday, the boys are having Daria on. So, you know, everybody loves to tune into that. I mean, who doesn't love a pretty girl with a nice accent, you know? So
amazing. Let's just talk about how she throws it too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, have a great day, and thank you again.
As Chris always says to everybody, what does he say? He says, stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless.
Mwah.
Happy Mother's Day.